Shortcuts are extremely helpful and important for improving our editing workflow. In today's video, we will be looking at some keyboard shortcuts that will help beginners become more accustomed with Final Cut Pro 10. We are going to start by hitting Command 1 to select our library. Our library is where we can find our events and projects. We can create a new event by hitting Option N. I will name this event YouTube, and then we can press Enter or click on OK. We can create a new project by hitting Command N. The pop-up window will give us various different options. I'm going to name my project Practice. I will place the project in our newly created event, YouTube. I'm going to leave the resolution at 1080 HD. 24 frames per second is perfect. Apple ProRes 422. And I can leave the audio as it is. Our new project is inside our YouTube event. Events are helpful in organizing our library, and projects are what we will edit in our timeline and eventually export as a video. Let's create another event by once again hitting Option N, and let's name this one B-roll. Once it is created, let's select it by clicking on it, and let's press Command I to import some clips into our B-roll event. Final Cut Pro will open up a window and we can select our clips. Let's make sure the clips are being added to our B-roll event. I like to work from an SSD hard drive, so I will leave the files in place. I never touch keywords in audio rolls. I create optimized media, and I always leave everything unchecked under Analyze and Fix. We can now press Enter or click on Import All. We are going to hit Command 1 once again to head back into our library, and we are going to select the B-roll event. Making sure we have our video skimming on, you can toggle this function on and off at any moment by hitting S on your keyboard. We are going to hover over our first clip in our B-roll event. We can see that by hovering, we are getting a preview of our clip in our viewer to the right. If we click on the clip, Final Cut Pro 10 will select the clip and highlight it yellow. If we only want a part of this clip for our timeline, we can head over to the beginning of the clip and wait for the two arrows to appear, and we can drag to be more specific with our selection. But I never use the arrows to drag and select. I simply hit I where I want my selection to begin, and I hit O where I want my selection to end. And once I am happy with my selection, I am going to hit E to insert the clip into my timeline. When we hit E, our selection will always be inserted at the end of our timeline. If we press W, the selection will be inserted wherever our playhead is located. So this can be useful if we want the new selection to be in between two clips already in our timeline. And if we hit Q, Final Cut will insert the clip on top of our timeline. Let's hit Command 2 and head into our timeline. Our timeline is where our video begins to form in chronological order. If I want to play the project from the beginning at any moment, I can simply press Shift Option I. And if I want to see it in full screen, I can press Shift Command F. We can press Escape to exit out of full screen. One of the most useful tools when editing in our timeline is the Blade tool. The Blade tool allows us to cut a clip at any specific point. We can either place our playhead at the point in which we wish the cut to take place and press Command B to create the cut, or we can press B on our keyboard and we notice our cursor is now a blade. Let's click with our blade on the spot we want the cut to occur. It is that simple, and we can press A to bring our cursor back to normal. With the clip selected in our timeline, we can press the down arrow to move to the end of that clip or the up arrow to move to the beginning of that clip. And we can always move forward or backward frame by frame using the left and right arrow keys. If we press Command 3, we head into our viewer, which is where we can see whatever is being played back, either in our library or our timeline. We can hit Command- to zoom out or Command+ to zoom in, and Shift-Z to fit the view back to normal. If we press Command 4, we open up our inspector, and in our inspector, we can find various different controls for our individual clips, titles, and transitions. We can then press Command 5 to open up our effects and transitions panel. If you are interested in some free transitions for your videos, I am linking a playlist up above where you can find some cool effects I have created myself for Final Cut Pro 10. Once we get to a point where we are fully satisfied with our work, we can press Command E to export our final project. Under Info, we can change the name if we wish to, and we can also add tags. Under the Settings tab, make sure Format is Video and Audio, and I usually export with H.264. Click on Next and select where in your Finder you want your final project to be saved. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Juan. I have a huge passion for photography, videography, and editing. If you like videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do have a lot more tutorials coming soon, and if I can help in any way, please let me know down below in the comments. Keep creating, keep believing in yourselves. I think it's definitely all about consistency and just practice. It just takes time. But yeah, you guys are awesome, and I will see you soon. Peace.